The man threw a pile of straw into the sheep pen, only to find that it was mixed with a packet of rat poison. The entire packet of poison was eaten by the sheep in the pen. The next day, the man was hosting a wedding at his house. He slaughtered all the sheep in the pen to prepare a feast for the guests. No one could have imagined that this fragrant lamb soup was actually a pot of deadly poison. As the villagers eagerly awaited the soup to be served, a dog owned by the man suddenly started barking wildly at the pot of soup. The host thought the dog's barking was ruining the guest's mood, so he walked up to the man and asked him to control his dog. But the man hesitated. He knew the dog never barked for no reason. It must have sensed something was wrong. He hurriedly warned everyone that the soup was poisoned. Upon hearing this, the old man from next door immediately became upset. He had kindly invited the man to the wedding, but now he was being falsely accused of poisoning the soup. Seeing the old man getting furious, the man knew he had exaggerated, so he helplessly watched the old man pick up a bowl of lamb soup and prepare to bring it to the guests. At that moment, the dog broke free from its restraint and rushed at the old man, biting his ankle. The lamb soup spilled everywhere. This scene stunned the villagers. Everyone started guessing whether the dog had gone mad. The man quickly grabbed the dog and apologized to everyone, but the old man was already furious. He grabbed a large machete nearby and threatened the man, saying if he didn't take the dog away, he would show the dog the power of the blade. The man still insisted. He was sure the soup was poisoned, but the villagers didn't believe him. After all, he was a lonely man. He hadn't even married. Everyone knew he lived this lonely life just for that dog. But who knew how deep the bond was between the man and the dog? They were like life and death companions. Whenever there was danger, the dog was always the first to rush forward. The man remembered a time when a wild dog threatened a little girl. All he had to do was shout, and the dog immediately pounced on the wild dog. Yet he was blamed by the villagers. The girl's mother accused him of letting his dog bully her daughter, not giving him any chance to explain. Even when a thief came in the middle of the night, the dog sensed something was wrong and immediately started barking to scare the thief away. But its barking was so loud that it woke up the neighbors. The old man and his wife blamed the man for keeping such a useless dog that only caused trouble all the time. But if it weren't for the dog, their dilapidated houses would have been ransacked by now. The old man's son, a petty person, came home drunk in the middle of the night and threw stones to injure the dog. The dog only wanted to scare them off, to protect itself, but the barking again woke up the neighbors. They angrily demanded the man sell the dog to them so they could cook it into dog meat. Faced with this mockery, the man silently took the dog back inside. But little did he know, without the dog's protection, a thief seized the opportunity to scatter rat poison in the yard, intending to poison the dog, but accidentally, he placed it in the wrong spot, and this packet of rat poison nearly caused disaster for the whole village. The next morning, as the man was bandaging the dog's wounds, the old lady handed him an invitation, asking him to attend her son's wedding. The man requested that the dog come along too. The old lady reluctantly agreed. After all, she needed the money from the feast. She happily went to feed the sheep, since the sheep would be slaughtered the next day for the celebration. But she didn't notice the rat poison hidden in the grass, and the sheep happily ate it. Until the day of the feast, the old